Hey, what's up, guys? Hope y'all's week's been going well so far. Today's exciting because I got access to Perplexity Computer, the new tool from them. It's hard to use. It's worth $200 a month in the max plan, and it's pretty incredible because it's 19 AI models. It runs in the cloud, and what I've seen on Twitter with what you can do is pretty incredible. I heard someone recreated the Bloomberg terminal a few days ago, so I'm seeing all this stuff online. So I want to try it out for myself and kind of push it to its limits. First, let's do a quick run through on what it is for those of you who don't know. It's basically a router system that runs in the cloud. Whenever you ask it a prompt, it classifies it, routes it to the strongest model for whatever category the task is. It executes with subagents, it can research, it can code, and do the API calls. And then it delivers you the results kind of right there for you in the cloud on the website. The sandbox aspect of it is nice because it's safer than OpenClaw. It's kind of contained, similar to Claude Cowork. Have less issues with cybersecurity and prompt injections and whatnot. It also gives you a file browser within the computer UI, which is nice. And it also gives you access to 400 plus different MCPs, APIs, and connectors. So you can pretty easily wire in the different platforms you use on a daily basis, like Clay, Gmail, whatever it may be. Yeah, so 19 models. They got Opus 4.6 for coding, Gemini 3 for research, Grok. They got image generation with Nana Banana, Kimi K2 for multilingual tasks. Interesting there. But yeah, GPT 5.2 for long context. Perplexity itself doesn't actually have a model, but what they've done is create a really good orchestration layer for all the different 19 frontier models to help you get done what you want to get done. So as of right now, it seems to be the best computer use agent that we have in the market. It kind of narrowly surpasses Claude Desktop and OpenAI Operator. Their search native architecture, multimodal orchestration, and everything running in the cloud kind of sets it apart. I don't know what this means, but 94% factuality. Hey, I'm happy with that. And yeah, 400 plus connectors is definitely a value add over some of the other tools we have right now. So what does it do best? It does deep research incredibly well. It does full workflow execution. Like I said earlier, some guy made Bloomberg terminal from one prompt, allegedly. Content production is one of its strengths as well. Slide decks, spreadsheets, web apps, emails. But it's going to cost you. It's $200 a month. Okay, so here are the three prompts that I want to test it with. First is a March Madness bracket engine. My idea was you have a March Madness bracket where you can build your bracket interactively. But what this does is it scrapes all the data available to you from Ken Palm, Torvik, historical win rates for seeds, head coach record, injury reports, 3-point percentage, free throw, everything you might need. And then it's going to help you build your bracket while you build it. For example, if you're building a bracket, go way too chalk heavy, it's going to tell you, hey, there's not enough upsets right now. Historically, you're going to have more upsets. Yeah, upset flag alerts when lower seed is over 30% win probability. Cinderella index as well. Yeah, clean bracket, and potentially the ability to export this as a PDF. And if possible, if there's an API for it, export it directly into CBS bracket pool or ESPN bracket pool. So that's the first one. Super excited to see how this one comes out. Next, this one's relevant to me, but a spring break index that'll show you the hotspots in the US, where everyone's going, and then the population density of each spring break location for college students in a heat map. Also show international places as well. But yeah, that's what we got so far. And then the last one, I want to do a competitive intelligence for AI agent infrastructure. So it's going to do a map, find the top 8 to 10 top players, find the recent funding rounds, estimated headcount, product launches, models, user sentiment from X and Reddit, and be able to click on any company, see their breakdown in the timeline of the major companies in the space and how they moved. So let's get into it. Let's see how this goes. First, let's do the March Madness one. I'll paste this one in. We'll let it run, and then I'll do all three at the same time, and we'll revisit what the output is once it's done. So let's get that one running. Next for the spring break map. Let's hope I don't blow through all the tokens for today with these three at the same time. But yeah, I'll fast forward the video, and I'll come back once they start finishing up and come in, and then we'll see what the results are, and we'll see if Perplexity Computer is as good as advertised. I want to show you guys just the sheer amount of sources and actions that it's taking right now. It's loading tasks in parallel. We have multiple deep researches on the tools, looking for X sentiment, recent company news. The research seems to be done. Now it's going to build the dashboard. Let's check in on the rest. How's this going? So we've scraped Ken Palm, NCAA tournament historical upset rates. Now it's building a comprehensive data layer with all 68 teams and analytics. Okay, back to the spring break one. Yeah, doing the same thing. So all three are on the research stage. March Madness one seems to be putting together a JSON with all the data from, or sorry, a JavaScript from all the data right now. I don't know if you guys can hear on your end, but my laptop fan is screaming right now. So it's working hard right now. It's taken a while. It's probably been about 5, 6 minutes so far. Yeah, this my laptop's working hard right now. So it's definitely cranking. One more thing I noticed to do is it takes screenshots and actually interacts with its own website. So it's like testing to see if it actually works once it generates the code. Yeah, taking a screenshot right now of the bracket. The other two are done, but this one's still going. Yeah, it's using a Gemini 3 Flash to scroll through and to make sure everything works. I've seen Google Anti-Gravity do the same thing. All right, so moment of truth. Let's take a look at what it made. So first for the March Madness bracket. Okay. So they have the projections right now from the bracketology of who's going to make it. They also have percentages based on who's supposed to win. So that's, I mean, ESPN has that too. But interesting. It looks really good. Chalk heavy. Okay. Cinderella index. Number 11, Texas is the highest Cinderella index. Number 13, High Point, because of coach experience. Miami, Ohio, strong road record. They're undefeated as well. Ivy is the fourth highest. South Florida. I'm a big fan of this Cinderella index. This would be helpful to know every year when my bracket just gets destroyed first day. Um, let's do autofill and see what happens. Okay. So we went with the autofill. I think the autofill feature is just to go chalk every time. I can't tell if it's not working or if we just press the wrong button. So there's historically 7 upsets, and we have 3, apparently. I'm having a hard time seeing where they are. Oh, we have Clemson winning. Okay, well, they're a 9 seed over an 8 seed. TCU as well over Utah State over here is an upset. Yeah, if we go click some random ones here, let's see what. So we're one shy of the historical average. So it's telling us you got to pick at least 7, and each round it gets smaller and smaller. All right, compare the model versus our picks. I mean, the problem is it's picking the chalk almost every time, except for those 9-8 matchups. You can export. Let's see if I click on a team and see more about them. No, I can't. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is actually pretty impressive here. Okay, let's go to Villanova, Texas A&M. They give us all the numbers once you click into it. So it's a competitive game. It's got a 51 rating. The Ken Palm numbers. This looks terrible when it expands like that. But yeah, this definitely would need to be improved with some more prompts. But yeah, let's try to get another one. So they show you the 3-point, all the stats, the Ken Palm. The UI is kind of broken. I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, notable injury, Janai Broom, all the stats you need to see if you're going to make your pick. It's super laggy though. So the competitive index is a 40 for Duke Howard. All right. So I mean, these could definitely be problems with the prompt. If we had more time, I'm sure we could make a better prompt. I'm definitely impressed by the UI and how it looks, but once you kind of poke into the corners of these UIs and the analysis things, it gets a little bit shaky. So let's move on to the next one and see how it came out. Okay, so here's the spring break index. It's a bit small when you compare it to the rest of the page, but if you zoom in, okay, South Padre, 800 to 1200, popularity 85 out of 100, peak weeks, Southwest. I'm a big fan of the way this one looks. Destin, 93 out of 100. Sources, Google Flights, dorm therapy, student survey, upgraded points. budget friendly. Is there a ranking? I mean, should definitely give us a ranking. If you're going to tell us what the budget is and the average cost, it'd be nice to see that everything else at a table. Any surprises here? Lake Havasu, okay. Cancun, 97 out of 100. San Juan. I'm a big fan of the way the map looks. The map looks really good. I like the heat map as well, or the bubbles. But 171 predicted spring travelers. Wow, it's over. I mean, obviously over a few weeks, but okay. I mean, impressive. But I would have liked to see a bit more information density and some more features, which could for sure be problems with the prompt. But if you're paying $200 a month, I'd like to see a little more from the model. Yeah, it seems to be about what you can do. West. What's this? Vail. Oh, Vail. Okay. Top 10 trending Google Flights. So Google Flights is definitely one of the more impressive things it's done to pull in that data. I think it's pretty valuable to see what flights are trending. I'm not sure what upgraded points is, but assuming it's similar. I'm a fan of this. I think it's nice to look at. Great UI, but I would have liked to see a bit more features. And if you're going to give us this data, like give us a table, just give us some more ways to interact with the site as well. So let's move over to the last one, the AI agent war room dashboard. This one's a generated app. So let's go full screen on this one. Okay, AI funding, agent startups, CAGR 45%. Okay, cool. We got challengers, leaders, visionaries, niche players. So Salesforce number one, Cursor, Glean. I've heard of Glean. I'm definitely a fan of this one. I like how they give you a lot of information here. Reddit, they give you Reddit sentiment, X sentiment. That's pretty sick. Latest round of funding, Sierra. I'll have to check these out. I haven't heard of a few of these. Mixed feelings. Interesting. Competitive timeline. Harvey was apparently first, then Glean hit 200 million ARR. Intercom. Let's go over to the latest. What's the latest information? Sierra got 100 million ARR. Cursor, 60% of the revenue now is from enterprise. Archetype AI agent intelligence. That's cool. Yeah, I'm a fan of this one. I think this one came out the best. I like how they give you a lot of information. You can kind of interact with it and expand these cards. But once again, I feel like they do a good job of making a UI. But for $200 a month, you'd like to see a bit more. But to give it credit, it's done really good research and it's pulled in some great data from external sources that I didn't even mention yet. I didn't tell it to use Google Flights or whatever the points one was, but it did a really good job of researching, and the UI looks good. So I think the next step for Perplexity Computer is, you continue to use it, add more features, and you can actually pretty quickly build out a full functioning web app. But for now, this kind of feels like your typical AI generated intelligence website where you can just see a few things you could have looked up on your own. Yeah, overall, pretty impressed. I would have liked to see a little more just given the cost, but I think for what we prompted it, I'm satisfied. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Got some fun things coming, some cool video ideas, and some new tools to try. So had a blast making this one, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. And if you're traveling for spring break, travel safe.